Alright, what's up, guys? So, I have no idea who Andrew Tate is. I honestly don't. I know he's a bad person, and that's why I'm watching this video, just I guess to get a better understanding of who he is. So from what I've picked up, he's like really disrespectful towards women. And or he's at least made some disrespectful comments about women. Regardless, it's like, fam, if you're wondering why you're getting banned from every platform, imagine it's like there you go, bruh. It's like you're toxic. So, but no, let's go ahead and get to this video. Yeah, I was like, I feel like I had to go and check it out on my friend Ray, her channel, because I'm like, she knows about this stuff more than I do. Like she has a team that like be researching all the like news that they can possibly find. So yeah, guys, show Ray the most amount of love and support on her hot tea channel. Make sure you do the same for her personal channel, Ray Rahimi, and her business channel, Build Your Pocket. And then that being said, let's get into this video. Fiji water bottles, I swear, they like lost their quality on opening up. Like, dang,
Hey
bruh.
guys, welcome back to my channel where we spill tea left, right, and everywhere in between. In today's video, we are talking about the actual disgrace of a human, Andrew Tate, aka Cobra Tate. British American kickboxer turned internet personality, if you want to call him that. Andrew Tate is a 36-year-old loser who thinks that cooking is a waste of time and stupid.
Knife? My knife? Cut my onion? Cut my onion.
He's getting on people for
You're
cooking?
broke! You're fucking poor!
His MO is to teach men how to get rich and get high quality women. His website boasts that he is a multiple millionaire who comes from nothing, but his dad was a chess master, so that's cool, I guess. Chess is cool. But Cobra Tate is a dick, and here's why. Just to ease you into this, because this guy truly is the worst, let's review some of his recent tweets and give you a little development on this character.
We know he ain't gonna be making tweets any day. That's how you know this video. This video is uploaded, I think, July. Yeah, July. So it's yeah. He ain't. You know this is old. But anyways,
Swine. Every girl is special until you meet another one. Men and women cannot be friends. Only hoes go to the club. If you're a man, nobody cares about your emotions. Sorry
Wow.
to break it to you boys, but you are actually not safe from this creature's offenses either.
That's
Don't bother
crazy.
crying about it because your tears are useless.
so like I'm not. That's how you know, like, cause I think everybody is like that. I had to say in different ways where you aren't really in touch with your emotions. Like, I feel like when you're at a younger age, you don't really, because you're a kid, you're having fun. I feel like when you get and you're much more, and who knows, I could be wrong. There's probably some kids out there that have dealt with depression, but I more so what I'm trying to say is that you don't really know what it is until you get much more older and you learn a little bit more about stuff. But yeah, that's crazy. Wow, like that's man. I did not know a person that he was like, yeah, that's saying like if you go to the like that's wow. Women can't go to clubs, men can't have emotions. What was the other one? Oh yeah, men and women can't be friends. Like I've heard of that. That's an ongoing debate. I have a lot of women friends. I'm actually happy I'm friends with like pretty much all of them. No, it's like it kind of cuz see here's the thing. I guess like the reason why if you notice that a man is like friends with a woman, they haven't dated, none of that stuff. And it's here's the thing. I feel like it's because when you become friends with other men, like there's always that one time when you become like friends with somebody like Andrew Tate. You become friends with an Andrew Tate and they want to say some of the most disrespectful things. It's either that or you grew up around a lot of women. I grew up around like cousins, my sister, my mom, their friends. Like I had to say a good portion of my life I've had like a lot of women friends. And then also like me being in school, I was the class clown. So like a lot of times like, I was friends with everybody in the class, but yeah, it's like I was cool with the women in there too. I'm not gonna look at them and be like, oh sorry, you're a woman, I can't be friends with you. I just don't think that's a conversation I know I'm not going to win. It's like it's stupid. So you can if you choose to, but if you want to, take things like I guess a step further, it's like, yeah, up to you two to decide. If you guys want to, then that's on you. But it's at the end of the day, if y'all is friends, y'all is friends. Like, you can't just go directly into a relationship with a woman and like not. You obviously gotta be her friend in the start and stuff. So yeah, it's just it's weird how some people think like that. Me personally, I would say like yes, men and women can be friends. I got plenty of them and stuff. So it's weird that people think like that. But anyways,
The swine. Every girl is special until you meet another one.
that's crazy.
Men and women cannot be friends. Only hoes go to the club. If you're a man, nobody cares about your emotions. Sorry to break it to you boys, but you are actually not safe from this creature's offenses either. Don't bother crying about it because your tears are useless and won't make you rich or attractive. Andrew has an online course that is intended to teach you how to make money online through affiliations, copywriting, freelance work, etc. What he calls Hustlers University also has its own affiliation program where affiliates can make a commission when people sign up using their link. Affiliates make a 50% commission of the initial sign up and then 10% per month after that. The monthly fee for those sign-ups is $49 per month, and this could explain why there are so many fan pages of Andrew Tate across all social media platforms.
$49 a month just to learn something from him? Like, fam, I will teach you guys things for free. It's just, there's people out there that, they really be trying to scam. Like, I feel like he thinks he's smart and thinks he could say some, like, motivational stuff. And then that's why he's came out with this website. And people, if there's people out there that really think, because it's crazy how, like, when people, they will be willing to spend their money on stuff like that rather than just going out and find, like, a free version of it. Like, fam, like, I might not know everything there needs to be known about business or the stuff that he teaches, but it's like I can learn it and then, come back and tell you guys like what I've learned. But it's like a lot of that stuff, you don't have to like spend, you could just very well like start your own business or, be in the same position as him, but not being disrespectful. But yeah, that's crazy. But
reuse his most viral content to get attention and clicks on that link. Initially, it feels disheartening to see the amount of fan pages dedicated to Andrew Tate, but it makes more sense and is a bit easier to swallow.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, there's people out there that supported Ted Bundy. I'm trying to think of some other crazy like people out there. There's that the Boston bomber guy. I'm trying to think Osama bin Laden, Donald Trump. Like, there's those crazies out there, they're gonna have supporters. So it don't really surprise me that he has supporters. Like, that's something where I'm like, yeah, it's if he has like millions of millions. Because the thing about it, if he didn't have supporters, we would not know who Andrew Tate is. So that's the main reason why he's so big and popular is because of his supporters. That's why I always say, like, to like them like toxic content creators, their fans, they're like honestly some of the worst people to like help grow these content creators, because I feel like Andrew Tate, he doesn't come off as somebody that's humble. He doesn't come off as somebody that's had like a whole lot of like sat down and had a lot of life experiences, and I feel like that's why he's in the position that he's in right now. He's spoiled and he's probably had a lot of things handed to him, and that's that's just why his character is who he is and stuff. So yeah, I personally think, but the fans though, like getting back on that, yeah, it's if his fans wouldn't have had so many fan pages blasting his name all over the place, and then the right person, but also the wrong person seen it, and then made Andrew Tate go viral. Yeah, fam, it's like he self-destructed his own career, so. And his fans.
People are likely only sharing that content to make money. Hopefully not because they actually agree with anything this pompous prick has to say.
Oh, there's people out there that agree. There's people out. That's something that's like, nah, there's people out there that agree with what he says.
More context real quick. Let me give you some examples of why this guy is a degenerate waste. Let's look at some clips.
If you're not going to have children, what are you going to do with your lives?
If I'm not going to have children, travel, pursue anything that makes me happy, try to make money. I love traveling, so I would probably just
drink cocktails on the beach. Okay. A life without children is vapious, and it's inane, and it's pointless. And you may sit here and think that your career matters, but the truth is that your job will fire you at a whim and not give a second. Don't give a solitary shit.
Wow.
Have children and a man who's paying the bills and their mothers. The happiest people on earth.
I mean, of course he's been on the Fresh and Fit podcast.
That is crazy. No, like the thing is I want kids. I guess if I were to be with a woman that didn't want kids, I'm like, I don't know. Like, the thing is, like, I don't want to push my life away, but I also don't want to force something into her life. If she don't want kids, I'm like, then I had to say that it's like, I don't know, because I feel like that, like, I gotta look at like all scenarios. So like, she gets mad at me because I'm like, I'm like, okay, I want my life. I'm not gonna throw my life away, for anybody. But I'm like, at the same time, it's like, I don't want you to throw your life away. It's like, if you want to travel and do all these different things, you very well can do that. It's like, I will have respect for her wishes. I just would hope that she has respect for mine. But that's why I'm like, we would just go our separate ways. And it's like, okay, let's, instead of having it being like this toxic, or it's like, you feel like you did something that you want to do. It's like, I don't want to put nobody in no situation like that. So yeah, that's why it's something I feel like that you should discuss prior before like getting into the relationship. And then it's like, if she's like, oh, well, I don't want kids and stuff, I'm like, oh, okay, it's cool, it's chill. It's like, I ain't tripping about it and stuff. And then just be cool with them and things, like, let them know. It's all like, hey, it's like, your life isn't like any word, like, any things that person says about, the whole lifestyle of not having kids, don't listen to them. You live your whole life without kids. If you want to, if that's your choice, that's your choice. But anyways,
those guys probably worship this trash person. He rants on about how any woman who decides to not have children is a waste and selfish and basically an embarrassment.
That's crazy.
You're selfish. Fuck that. You should all have kids.
Women, don't worry about your financial status or your health or your preference for your own life.
Yeah, because there's like, I mean, besides traveling, it's like, no, there's other, like, reasons out there why a woman don't want kids. It's like, if it's like the stuff that's going on. All right, so let's just sit down and talk about that. The stuff that's going on in the world. Like, there's women out there, I've heard them say that they're like, they wouldn't want to bring a kid in this day and age where it's like the world is so screwed up, where it's like, you got crazies roaming around the streets, you got like this struggling lifestyle that it's like nobody, like, people are like barely like within inches surviving off of. And I'm like, and a part of me is like, I can see their point. I'm like, man, it would be messed up. But I guess me more so, it's like, if somebody were to ask me why would I want kids, it's like, I guess, I don't know, like, I've always wanted kids. I just wanted, a youngin' of my own and stuff. I've seen how it was, like, for my parents, and it's like, I want like that same, like, fun that my parents had with me, growing up, but it's like just with my own kid and things. So, but yeah, but there's like, besides that, there's like reasons on why. There's so many other reasons out there. It's like women. I'm like, to whatever woman is like watching this video, it's like, feel free to like post about it on social media, make your own YouTube video. But I'm pretty sure that stuff already exists. It's like, it's not like it's never been talked about, but no, post about that. Like, tell people. So it's like, I guess people can get a better understanding. There's people out there that attack you over. It's like, okay, so what? It's like, they're gonna attack you. It's like, fam, there's people out there. It's like, they want to get so involved in other people's lives, yet they don't even realize that their whole life is falling apart. And I have to say, that's why, like I say, he's in the position that he's in right now. He's so busy worrying about other people instead of worrying about himself.
Without saying that the level of offense this hits on so many levels is insane. From women who have decided to not have children to those who cannot, even to the women that want or have children, this man manages to belittle all of that and just categorizes women as breeders, basically. It's just so strange to me that men like this need women to stay quiet and only use their lives to fulfill some sort of animalistic, surface-level existence with no shred of individualistic passion outside of an Adam and Eve mentality, while they run around with expensive cars and pricey fashion purchases and hit the club and rent out jets and whatnot. I don't think it needs to be said or pointed out that the double standard is staggering. He loves to brag about making money and paying the bills, yada yada, and wants a female to fully comply with staying home and being only a mother and a wife, and then will throw in her face that he pays the bills. And
I honestly think, like, sorry to cut you off, right? But I honestly think, and you see it a lot with content creators when they realize, like, how much money they start losing out on. Because it's like, without his platforms, it's like, how is he going to make a whole lot of money or make the money that he was making at one point in time? I feel like he's going to come back. He's going to try to apologize. It's like, oh yeah, I sat down and I talked with a group of women. Like, this is honestly going to be like Andrew Tate's like welcome back video or whatever and things. But he's going to do a video where he's all like, oh yeah, I went to this like, all women like group meeting, and they sat down, they explained things to me, and I understood what they were saying. I get it. Like, it was like, I'm sorry. He's going to try to go above and beyond with his apology video. I guarantee, mark my words, it's going to be like some freaking Sundance Festival. Well, maybe not James Cameron. What's like a director out? Clint Eastwood, because Clint Eastwood, he don't be doing a whole lot of sci-fi movies and stuff. It's going to be like a Clint Eastwood Sundance Festival, like, directed out YouTube video. And he's going to try to go above and beyond apologizing. And it's like, fam, you're just losing out on money. That's what's really going on. But anyways.
And I nearly cannot believe the shit that comes out of this man's mouth when he speaks. A part of my brain just refuses to believe that he's serious.
If you want to breathe...
Yeah, he's probably trolling.
If you don't end up in a fucking grave, if you want to sleep in the house where I have to pay fucking bills, you're going to shut the fuck up, you little prick. Because this is my fucking world, and you exist in my world. If you think you're smart enough to live on your own, fucking run away from home. But if you don't want to play that game, shut the fuck up or I'm going to hurt you.
Does he not just remember?
Is he like, who is he talking to? Damn. Like, you could just look at him and just tell, like, he's definitely like one of those guys that's just had things handed to him you could just tell by his jacket. People that wear jackets like that, it's like overall they drive a fast car and they're just a douche to everybody around them and stuff. Like, I could just tell alone by the jacket. The shirt, he kind of throws you off. It's like, okay, maybe he ain't, but then it's like, no, as soon as he starts talking, like, yep, he has that jacket and stuff. Like, wow, like, this guy is wild.
Remind you of a little boy. Like, I'm running this. You have to do what I say. It's the rules. You're stupid. I'm smart. Also, isn't it kind of ironic that in the last clip he said that the happiest women have a man who pays the bills, yet now he's essentially saying that because he has to pay the bills in the house, the woman would have to shut the fuck up and deal with his bullshit. Like, bro.
So he's talking to, I don't know why I thought this was like him talking to, like, if he had a kid or something. I'm like, fam, that kid, they're gonna mess around and call like CPS on you. He's talking to, nah, bro. He that's what I mean by, like, he needs to get humbled. He needs to meet like an angry black woman that has been like, she has been through some crap. And she will, like, put hands on him. Like, honestly, no. He really needs to, like, deal with a woman that's gonna, like, beat him badly. Like, I feel like I honestly think that would be the only reason why he will have a change in heart on what he says. He's probably still gonna, like, deep down inside think, if he's not trolling and he's being dead serious, after he ain't gotten, like, beaten badly by whatever woman out there, I honestly think, like, he's deep down inside, he's still gonna have, like, his, hatred towards whatever and stuff, like women, or I don't know, like, can you really call it? He's just gonna have his ill feelings towards women, but he ain't gonna be, like, all open about it like how he is now.
Hear yourself? Does that sound like a happy woman to you, you absolute dumb fuck?
How are women allowed to drive?
Well, obviously, because we have to drive the kids to school. Duh. What
Wow.
Run by females is just a fucking bitch fest anyway.
Why 99% of females can't run a beauty salon / business? Fam, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I would not trust. Okay, just asking all women out there, who would you rather see in a beauty salon? All right. Your beautician, the one that's been doing your hair for however long, like some of the best beauticians in the world, right? Or myself. Like, no, I'm being dead serious. If you were to see, I feel like people would just overall would want to see me, like, in action if I did work at a beauty salon. Like, I'm not, like, cutting people's hair and things. No, I'm, like, doing your hair. Like, I'm, what I see, that's how I don't know nothing about a beauty salon. I'm not saying that that's just strictly a woman's job. Like, no, there's dudes out there that do that stuff. But I'm just saying, me, like, if women aren't allowed to run a beauty salon and I had to, like, take that spot, how is that gonna? I guarantee there's gonna be a lot of women walking up out my beauty salon with this part of their hair like frozen, and then this part that's just kind of like, it's like frizzy, but it don't feel right. Like, you touch it and it feels like slime. Like, no, I guarantee and I promise you, I would trust a woman 100% to run a beauty salon over myself. Like, yeah, I'll try to go above and beyond and make sure I have, like, the best beauty salon of all time, and would try to compete with, whoever, but it's like a friendly competition. But at the same time, like, I wouldn't trust me in a beauty salon. I would trust, like, the women that I've seen in beauty salons over myself pretty much. So I don't have faith in myself. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I do not have faith in myself in running a beauty salon. So it's like, hey, women, y'all got that. But it's like, not even with a beauty salon, but with any business out there. It's like, no, it's like just recently, WWE wrestling company and stuff, wrestling business, it's being ran by the past owner's daughter. Is he? No, because I think he still owns. He's just not the CEO anymore, Vince McMahon. But no, his daughter Stephanie McMahon, she's running the company right now, and she's honestly doing great. I'm like, no, it's stuff like that where it's like, even in a man's world where it's like it's primarily like a bunch of men that watches wrestling matches, it's being the CEO of it is a woman. So I'm like, it's crazy, just that level of disrespect. Bro thinks it's like 1950 something. It's just women don't have rights, and it's like, bruh, it's wild. People still carry on like that. But anyways,
No comment.
Andrew, why do you have a machete next to you? And my answer is simple. Why wouldn't I have a machete next to me? So yeah, someone knocks on my door in the middle of the night. I have to go answer the door, instantly pick up my machete. When you put your headphones in, you are a fucking target. You are losing one of your most important sensory perceptions. I'll tell you something, man. I've been jumped 4 times. And every time I was jumped, I didn't see it coming, but I heard it coming.
The question is, though, why were you jumped? Like, I would like to know that. It's like, if you're going to be going out and about, like, carrying on the way that you carrying on and stuff, yeah, I feel like there's probably a reason on why you were jumped. But I feel like after this, I'm still going to wear my headphones out in public and things. I'm aware of my surroundings. I actually have headphones where, like, you could turn on and off noise cancellation. So even I think with these headphones, too, they do that. But no, there's, like, some other headphones I have. So it's like, I'm aware of my surroundings and stuff. I just like listening to music when I'm going out in places. I'm like, fam, I'm trying to think. I'm like, I might want to listen to some EDM, some like Whitney Houston probably, then switch it back to like some, I don't know, some music I heard from a movie and things. Like, that's just me. That's who I am. Like, I listen to music when I'm out in public. But anyways.
Oh, so you're really just living in fear at all times. This might explain why you are the way you are. Shit, I would be mad too if I was scared 24/7, but I'm not.
There's no female alive, even with a machete, that would stand a chance against the immense power I possess.
There are no words for this man, and I fully feel like he uses the fact that he says shit that stuns as a benefit to himself. It's like he says the most ridiculous backwards thing about women, then they are too shocked to speak. He's like, see, I'm right, you don't have a rebuttal. Then imagine him running off with his fingers in his ear singing, I can't hear you. I truly think he's at that level of maturity.
Most
Andrew
likely.
Tate has made appearances on a plethora of podcasts in an attempt to spread his all-knowing words to the public, but he has, of course, also been called out plenty of times. Ethan Klein is amongst the people to think Tate is a doofus, and said so during the H3 episode that Brittany Broski was a guest on.
I'm gonna make a video for him like the girl did for Vladimir Putin.
They say cooking is for poor people. It's like, yeah, I guess, Gordon Ramsay, that man, he must be homeless. I'm like him, Guy Fieri. Let me think of some other cooks out there, some popular cooks. Just anybody out there. It's like a friend of mine's on TikTok. She looked like she got a nice place, but she must be homeless too. It's like, yeah, I guess cooking is for poor people. It's like, person just, they instead of like going, like, because my thing is this, like, if I knew how to cook, fam, I'd be cooking all the time. But instead, I'm one of those people where I'm not like, okay, I got cash, there's a restaurant not too far from my house, I'm gonna go out to eat. And I'm like, that's me and stuff. But if I knew how to cook, I'm like, fam, forget all that. I'm staying home, gonna turn on the TV or watch something on YouTube and then just cook. And I'm like, there's no problem with that. I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. If you've seen one of his videos and felt a certain way about cooking, I'm going to just let you know, cook all you want. I'm like, cook for a breakfast, lunch, dinner, midnight snack, a snack before breakfast, a snack before lunch, a snack before dinner, after breakfast snack. Like, cook as much as you want to cook, but definitely don't let nobody on the internet or in real life tell you whether you should be cooking or not. So
You were his mom.
It is like, on top of that, it's like, that's stupid. If he's saying like, oh, you have to go out to eat, then it's like, well, what are they doing in the back? It's not like food is generated. Like, fam, it's weird, bro.
If someone would have just hugged him as a child and said,
I don't think he had a mom.
you did a good job.
Yeah.
none of this would
If
ever
he
happen.
if he did have a mom, you can tell he was massively disrespectful. I honestly, this is why I feel like Andrew Tate's life was. His dad probably, I don't know, might have been abusive. Like, if I'm gonna be truthfully honest, like, jokes aside, all that crap, his dad probably had a slight case of abusiveness in their household, right? Might have not been like all the time, but he probably at some point in time just snapped and just went crazy. Andrew Tate looked up to his dad. He was like, no, my dad is my idol. Seeing his mom probably was, just a normal, regular mom, but she just got tied into the wrong family and stuff. And then, he's just, she'll try to, like, tell him, like, oh, Andrew, your school call, you didn't do your, he's like, I ain't gotta listen to you. He was just like, you're the, like, I ain't gonna say nothing, because it's, it's just, I ain't gonna be that disrespectful, even in a scenario. But he probably called her out her name and said some disrespectful things and stuff. And so, yeah, it's like, honestly, unless he has came out and said how his family was, and he said him and his mom have a I highly doubt him and his mom have a great relationship. The way that he talks online, bruh, I'm like, there is things that I will refuse to say online, because I'm like, if my mom sees it, I'm like, she is 100% gonna put me in a chokehold. Like, if I was carrying on like Andrew Tate online, like, no, my mom will 100% put me in the chokehold. And I'll probably just, every time when I would wake up from, like, just being like choked out, just right back into a chokehold. I probably would be in a coma. I probably would have died at a young age, just due to the amount of chokeholds my mom would have put me in. So yeah, but it's like, based off of how he's acting online, you could tell that he didn't have a close relationship with his mom.
These men, they have these holes. They're so unloved that they are constantly taking and taking. They're trying, but nothing can fulfill them. They're so unloved. There's such a huge hole. He's a child. You can tell he's a baby.
Yes.
Maybe they're right. Maybe Tate is so angry and aggressive, specifically about women, because he has mommy issues. Ethan's opinion on Andrew
Most
Tate
likely
did not go unnoticed by the monstrous masculine maggot, and he spoke on his podcast about the situation.
There's a guy with a really big podcast.
Okay.
Who actually genuinely spoke a ton of shit about me.
Okay. Go on.
Insulted me loads, saying like I'm an incel and I don't get pussy.
Jesus Christ.
This guy on the left said I don't get pussy.
Okay, show me.
Of course, Tate chalks up the opinion that Ethan and Brittany hold towards the fact that they must be jealous because Cobra Tate is perfect and holds zero flaws.
If I was him, I'd hate us too, or you. I don't know if he came at both of us or you. I don't watch his fucking channel. I don't watch fat dudes. Why the fuck would I listen to him?
Peep the baby brother living in his big brother's shadows while desperately trying to get his appraisal and be like him. That's his brother, by the way. Just as bad.
Oh, wow.
Ignore him. Let's move on.
Oh, wow. I was like, I thought Ray was just cracking a joke. No, now it's like you can kind of see it in things. Dang. I honestly feel sorry for the mom. Like, that household. You just, like, I wish I could, like, travel, like, back in time when these guys was, like, teenagers and just pat the mom on the back and just be all like, go. I'm like, just leave. I'm like, there's a plane. I'm like, because I came from the future. There's a plane leaving to just go anywhere, like, in 2 hours. Go to that airport, never return. I'm like, nah, that's crazy. Wow.
Of course he does. Don't get mad at the dude. He's fat. He's short. He's clearly lonely. He's wearing fucking baggy ass shorts. Was he American? He looks fucking amazing. His dress is American. Yeah, I'm in my tailored $10,000 suits without a geeky hat on. I haven't got a pedo mustache. I got all the women. I got money.
Listen to this.
Wow.
But it's just an amazing lack of self-awareness for somebody like that. It's actually almost an impressive lack of self-awareness for someone like that. You look at someone like me, who's as accomplished as I am, with every genetic gift God can possibly bestow, and to sit there with your gut.
How can this be real? How does he exist?
His brain is so slow. He can't even speak quickly, and I'm trying to watch it.
I'm like, I don't know if it's like, because I see, like, at times, like, when they wear glasses, like, their nose just looks extra, like, big. And I'm like, fam, it looked like, those, like, mask things where it had, like, the fake mustache, the nose, and the glasses. Like, that's, like, it's that, but, like, the Dubai edition or something like that. Like, the rich edition. Like, it has, like, some shades. It ain't just... Like, wow, like, I don't know if he got, like, some, like, lotion or if it's the lighting, but it's like, dang, homie. It's like, you might want to, I don't know, like, take the glasses off. Like, why is he wearing glasses or shades, especially shades inside of it? Like, I would like for him to see this. I really would. I would, because I'm like, that's one thing I have to say I don't get, but it's like, you could tell, like, that's who they are. They kind of got, like, a douchey attitude, and somebody that's clearly wearing shades inside of a building, like, there ain't no sun. If it's that bright in there and stuff, it's like, okay, then don't have a bright light or angle it. It's like, see, you gotta be smart, man.
I got stuff to do, right? I'm a fast guy. If I sit down, I want to, okay, tell me the information. Assault me, get it over with.
Apparently, Tate eventually said that he was going to kidnap Ethan's wife, Ela. Which is all fun and games to hear him say, until you realize Tate was actually arrested for human trafficking.
Corporate Tate has said that basically he tricks girls into doing a webcam business for him, and he keeps the money. And he was just arrested for human trafficking. The U.S. Embassy reached out to him. He lives in, I think it's Romania. Romania. Reached out to him, and they're like, yo, this guy is holding an American citizen hostage and making her do webcams. And he got raided by the police in Romania for human trafficking. And I guess he's out on bail.
Andrew's brother Tristan really shines in this clip.
Ethan, I would rather sleep in a bed by myself every night for the rest of my life than marry a woman who looks like that.
So, first of all, you have to find someone who wants to marry you first, which I have a feeling is going to be very difficult for you guys.
So, cut to this week when Andrew Tate makes an appearance on the BFFs podcast, and Dave can't seem to figure out what exactly Tate is, but Josh is like, fangirling, possibly?
He says things like, he's like, I fucking conquered the internet, and I think that he really does have a grasp on TikTok and on a lot of these like young people coming up wanting to be hustlers and wanting to be entrepreneurs. Like, Andrew, you have the most cult following I've seen been made so quickly. Like,
but it's like, that's the majority of his followers, though. It's like kids that were saying the N-word on like Modern Warfare 2 back in 2009. It's like, it's only going to be douche people, but it's not going to be people like myself. It's not going to be people like Ethan. It ain't going to be like anybody else. No, it's just people that are just, they're already like, you know, toxic and crazy and stuff. So, but it's like the normal people, it's like, we're going to look at him, laugh, probably talk on him for a couple of days, and then go on about our lives. Wait for the next Andrew Tate to emerge out of the darkness so we can roast them, wait till they disappear. But it's just going to be a constant cycle. The sad thing about it, you know, to talk on this, is that Andrew Tate, it has not been the first person to carry on like this, and he's not going to be the last. The best thing, and I had to say, that's why, you know, to go back to like what I was talking about earlier, is like, you know, why I would have kids is because I guess, like, you know, like overall it would be easier to not have kids so they don't have to, you know, be introduced into people like Andrew Tate. But I would love to have a kid just to overall like show them like, this is how you're supposed to act, you know, when it comes to family, when it comes to having friends, when it comes to just anything in life, this is how you're supposed to act. Put them on the right path. So it's like they can look back on me with either, like, if I'm on my deathbed or in the grave, and then they look at me and they say, thank you, Dad. And then they go on with their lives and they do the same thing that I did, and they do the same for their kids. And it's just that constant, just, you know, circle of a good, positive, outgoing, loving life. All right. So that's overall, that was some emotional stuff right there. But no, it's like, that's what I overall want. It's like, you know, if I were to have like a kid, it's like I want to like be able to like teach them the rights and wrongs. Like, okay, don't act like Andrew Tate. It's like, don't even act like me. Be yourself. Do what you want to do in life. Do things that make you smile, that makes you laugh, that makes you happy. It puts you in this like mood where you feel like you're out in the open field running, and there's just this like, just, it ain't too hot outside, so you ain't got to worry about sweating and stuff. But it's like maybe like 50, 60 degrees outside, but it's like you're running the field, and it's like, it ain't that big. It's a field where it's like by the time you get to the end of it, you still haven't sweated yet. But no, it's like, it's just, you just feel good. You just feel good about yourself. So it's like, that's overall, like, you know, I guess like if I were to have kids, it's like, you know, just so they won't grow up to act like this and things. Like if I were to, you know, have kids, I hope one day to have kids. But anyways,
I haven't seen something like that done on TikTok ever.
Tate says that he changed his approach to social media in order to sell his product, the online school that teaches people how to make money online. So now he's just everywhere on the internet. So much so that he reckons he fully dominates the space, which is ironic since he's talking to Dave Portnoy, who claims to have invented the internet. What's more is that he says the high-end luxury lifestyle he has existed before the school was created, and it's all legit.
So then, and you can stop me anytime if you're like, nope, you've gone off the course. The concept is portray a lavish, rich, great lifestyle, and then get people to pay to get that same lifestyle?
No, because that makes it sound like I am in some way faking. My lifestyle and the videos I portray are absolutely not really real completely. They existed before the school existed. I don't amp anything up. Nothing is rented. Nothing is a lie. Nothing is a joke. I'm an ultra high net worth individual. Cool. I'm certainly not renting cars to try and convince people to sign up to my program.
Tate reckons that you need a lot of money to be taken seriously in this world, as it's something that gives you status and respect. He says that it's, quote, difficult to ignore a guy you know has millions and millions of dollars. He also says that the type of money he has completely comes from his own.
My thing is this, like, if it comes down to it, where it's like I'm talking to a douchey millionaire or a poor, like, nice person, I'm going to talk to that poor, nice person. The funny thing is like, him saying that, I just think back when I was in Seattle, and I don't know, you know, where that man is in the world, but I remember there was this homeless dude. I seen him every morning, and I remember like how much he viewed me. It's like, doesn't even know who I am. That man, I could have been crazy or whatever, but there was a day I remember I bought him some food, and after that, like every morning he seen me, always would talk to me. It's like you see, like, and that's what I mean. It's like you see, like, when a person, they have reached a point in time in their life where it's like they are struggling a little bit, but you see how much they're being humbled. Like, yeah, you're going to probably be angry at first, but then as the time progresses on, you're humble. You appreciate life more. You know, when you see other people doing well, you look at it and it's all like, you can't be mad at that. It's like, there's no way. It's like, my thing is this. You know, it's like I see my friends getting into relationships, you know, getting married, having kids. I see some of my friends like starting up businesses, getting houses, getting the car that they want, you know, having a successful content creating career. What are some other things, you know, just overall getting those things that they want in life. And it's, you know, it's like, I guess, like, and even if I am having a bad day, it's like I shouldn't even carry on like that. But there's at times where it does get to me, but it's like, I'm not going to hate on them. I'm not going to like be mad. It's like, it more so motivates me. It's like, okay, I just got to, you know, put my head down and just work harder and stuff at whatever I'm doing. So it's like, so at least then, but it's like, I'm humbled though. It's like, I can, you know, look and like, just be all like, you know, I can't be mad at that. It's like, congratulations or whatever and things. But yeah, it's just it overall, it's like I just think that's what Andrew, what he needs to do. It's like, you know, just take a good look at life and appreciate it. Because I'm like, you know, life, like, to get really dark, it's like life can't be taken away from you. It's like I feel like you had like those times and opportunities when you was getting jumped. I don't know if he was like beaten or within an inch of his life or whatever and stuff, but it's like, it could have been that. It could have been a situation where you could have died, and it's like, fam, you know, it's like, you just gotta like look at life, thank God, and just, you know, be more appreciative of like what you're surrounded by. You see how you have this good lavish life, but yet you decide to be this toxic person. It don't make no sense. So
own doing, and other people that have a lot of money might not be as free to say and do as they want because they are tied to contracts and sponsorships. It's astonishing how effortlessly he speaks so highly of himself. Maybe he should reconsider the field of online training he's in and do some self-help. How to Love Yourself More Than Anything in the World by Cobra Tate.
My companies rely so heavily on my brand that they're very, very difficult to sell. But if I have a company that makes $5 million a month, every single month, pure profit, completely online, then that's a valuable company, right? What's that a year? What's 5 times 12? And then you can put an 8 times multiplier on that easily. So that's a $300-400 million company. But will anyone buy it if I'm not associated to the company? I don't know. It's very difficult. Having fuck you money is not enough. I have a fuck you. You have to have a fuck you life. You can't just have fuck you money. I'm sitting out here in Romania inside of a house with 20 armed guards outside with a tower and AR-15s, and I've got 10 passports and 55 bank accounts, and that's what you need to have fuck you money. You can't.
And I like how most likely everybody that sat down that doesn't carry on like him, but everybody that sat down, you had my facial expression, you had their facial expression. It's like, sir, what are you talking about? Who cares? We're like, that's the thing. I don't think he understands and realizes that these guys didn't invite him on the show to hear about his 20 armed guards, his house in Romania, his AR-15s, none of that. They just wanted to have like a moment of history to just say, hey, we got to interview this crazy and toxic man. But all of that extra stuff you talking about, nobody cares about that. I'm going to just throw that out there. So
just sit in America with
that
one
sounds bad.
Sometimes I truly think that there is nothing that filters his words, and I don't mean that in a way that's charming and challenging and interesting. I mean in a way where this man speaks so quickly and ignorantly he barely keeps up with himself.
Passport, sitting in America thinking you have fuck you money. No, you don't. You say the wrong thing, you piss the government off. They're gonna come in your house. They're gonna fucking take the house you own. They're gonna lock you up. You ain't got fuck you money for nothing. This whole thing's the whole paradigm's a lie.
He also says that if you can't tell the government to fuck off, you can't tell anyone to fuck off, which makes, I don't know, 0 sense to me.
Yeah.
He also says that anyone living in America with one passport is part of the Matrix and still fully under the control of someone else, even if you have $20 million.
I don't have a passport because I'm like, I had to say and really start like traveling. I was like, 14 years old, and it was just only to go to Disneyland. Like everywhere I went has always been like within the country, so I guess I'm in the Matrix. I don't know. Like, because I'm like, my thing is, like, I've sat down and I thought about it. Like, I remember watching the movie The Matrix, and I'm like, fam, like, that would be so dope if I was the chosen one. But that's the thing, though. It's like, I don't want to wake up in, like, some, like, cocoon thing where it's, and they got, like, a thing in the back of my head, and it's like, that's doing too much. So it's like, I'm kind of scared because I'm like, if I am living in the Matrix, it's like, that's too much. It's like, I don't have my Jordans. I'm not a content creator. I'm in this, like, weird spaceship looking thing. I watch too many movies, bro, especially The Matrix. It's like, sitting down thinking about it. It's like, I'm getting a little bit too. But I'm just saying, I'm like, I need to do a video where I just separately talk on The Matrix and stuff, because I'm like, fam, like, if we're in that, I'm telling y'all right now, I call dibs on being the chosen one. So I'm like, I don't want nobody, what was that dude's name? Lawrence Fishburne? Don't nobody talk to Lawrence Fishburne until they unplug the back of my head, because I want to be the chosen one.
The bank.
So people may look at me and say, why does he live in an obscure Eastern European country with his own private army? Why does he need so many citizenships, etc.? Because I can get on my private jet and disappear.
I mean, tell me how that's not sus behavior. And honestly, what he's saying here
but that's the thing, though. It's like they will eventually find you. It's not like you're living on an infinite planet where it's like, you know, you could just keep going and going and they'll never catch you and stuff. Like, at some point in time, they'll find you. Like, that's I think that's why they was like, no, not bounty hunters. I mean, they could, like, contact, but it's like a step up from, like, bounty hunting. Like a secret, I don't know. But there's people out there where it's like they specialize into finding people. It's like nobody can go into hiding in this world. It's like, if that was the case, it's like freaking, like, if you think back on, like, all the moments in history where people went into hiding, they were eventually found. I'm like, there's probably some where it's like they're, you know, still haven't been caught in things, but no, it's like there's nobody in this world that can, you know, hide and stuff. So it's like if people really wanted to go out and find somebody, trust me, they could. So my thing is this: I have found friends on social media where it's like I'm just saying, if it's that easy, okay, it's that easy where you could just easily go out and find somebody. And I feel like with all the things that he was talking about, where it's like you got all these different things, it's like you think your tracks will be that clean, so where it's like they're not gonna find out where you're at. So it's like, come on, bro.
So telling of who he is. It's kind of scary, to be honest.
And anyone with money who has not put that kind of plan in place, I don't think can really truly tell anyone to fuck off, because they will send someone to your house and they will drag you out in fucking handcuffs.
What is it you want to do?
But for what? Like, what? Like, what did I'm confused, because I'm like, if that were to happen to me, I'm like, why is this happening right now? Like, what's going on? Why am I being dragged out in handcuffs and things? They're like, we don't know. We just wanted to let you know that we can find you. Oh, okay. I'm like, am I being arrested? Or they're like, no, we just wanted to, you know, do this. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, chill. I'm like, I guess, like, I don't know how to respond or react to that. It's like, what are you talking about? That's my thing. It's like, bruh, if you are taking some sort of substance, you gotta stop, man. It got you just way too paranoid and things. You could tell he's one of those kind of like conspiracy theorist people, and it's like, bruh, you're paranoid and you just need to sit down and relax. There is nobody in this world trying to find you, okay? He probably seen like some threatening comments on social media, and now at this point he's like, oh no, he's like, they're after me. It's the government. He's just like, it's the Illuminati and the government. They teamed up. They're working together. They're coming out with a YouTube and a TikTok, and they're coming after me and stuff. It's like, I'm pretty sure he was probably thinking the same thing like a month later when he's realized all his stuff was getting taken down. He's like, I'm telling you, man, it's the government. It has to be the government. It can't be anybody else. The government and the Illuminati, they just created an account. It's like, bro, it's like, chill out, relax. You're just toxic. That's why you got your stuff taken down. But anyways.
Merit a reaction from law enforcement this way. Like, seriously.
Are you like a paranoid guy? Do you think that there are people after you?
Yes.
Like, why do you need to? Are you ever going to need to escape?
Tate reckons that if you're not prepared for the government to enforce slavery on everyone, then you're ignorant. And he even details how throughout the pandemic and lockdowns that he was traveling freely, going wherever he wanted to with no mask. And I don't think that's the flex that he thinks it is. I think Dave himself is actually a little taken aback by Tate and decides to swiftly move on from the government talk after Andrew explodes, saying that there's no such thing as countries anymore, and instead shifts to an even more infuriating topic involving Andrew.
You said it appears wildly sexist stuff. Are you anti-woman?
I love women. In fact, interesting statistic, 100% of the people I've ever had sex with were women. So I love women. I have nothing against women at all. I'm not sexist in any regard. I'm not misogynist either. I'm a realist.
Spoken like a true misogynist.
Women can't fight. Men are stronger. It's more true things. I think another thing.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. If people were to bet their money, it could be like 50-year-old Ronda Rousey that hasn't, fought like in like 20, 30 years. And then like highly trained. Like I've been through like months of training. I went through a whole year of training into like UFC, boxing, whatever. I feel like I would take like one good punch. After that, I'm gonna find myself waking up with like the light going back and forth between my eyes. I'm like, what happened? They're like, you swung on her, she dug down, bent your leg backwards, and you ended up here. And I guess you passed out over the pain and stuff, but. Yeah, it's just there. I'm going to tell you this right now. It's like if a dude goes out there and tries to challenge a woman, it's like they're obviously going to know it's a woman that can't fight and things. That's why I'm like, no, I'm telling you, when did I say this? I don't know if I had said it in a podcast or what, but it's like the day when I like get into a relationship, it's like and the thing is this, like, I'm saying this because it's like, there's a reason for it, but it's like I want like whoever my like girlfriend, wife is, whoever my significant other, whoever she is, I want her to take fighting classes. Hear me out. Why I want her to take fighting classes, because let's say if we were to break up, right? We were to break up and she moved on, found somebody else. She don't know who she's gonna be coming across. She could be coming across some like crazy like nut, and then he's trying to put hands on her, and it's like, no, this woman knows kickboxing. As soon as he puts hands on her, she unswung his arms like that, kneed him in his side and things, and then elbowed him in the back of the head, and it's like, don't you ever put your hands on me again. Like that's what I want for her and things. So yeah, it's like I honestly, this is just my opinion. I think all women out there they need to know how to fight, because I'm like, if you don't know how to fight, there's going to be dudes like this that think that they got some sort of power over you, and they're going to be trying to control you. And it's like, you got to let them know, like right now and real quick, that's not going to happen, bruh. It's like, ain't nobody having control of me, not in this lifetime. So
as I said, and maybe I'll upset the ladies on the podcast, I hope not, but please correct me if I'm wrong. I said if I were to get on a plane and that plane was to fly into the eye of a hurricane, there's a 50% chance of it crashing. I'd want a male pilot, because I think that males are better under stress and under pressure. I think they're less likely to get emotional in a life or death situation. That's why they make better soldiers.
Bro watched that movie Silly one time, and he's like, that's it. He's like, fire Sandra. She's no longer my pilot. It's like, we're contacting whatever man pops up in the in the yellow pages of pilots. It's like, yeah, no, that's who it is. All right, so just get all the males in there. We're gonna interview them and all that other stuff. But he's like, no, we're firing Sandra. Sandra is no longer my pilot anymore.
That doesn't mean that doesn't make me misogynist. That doesn't make me sexist. That's just true.
There it is. What
That's
we've been
crazy.
waiting for, the literal trash opinion from a disgraceful skin sack of a person. Of course, he tries to justify this by saying that there are things that women are better at than men, but doesn't actually mention any of these things that women are better at. But I can guess that this list probably includes something like being a mother or makeup or something equally as offensive or stupid.
I think like you say a lot of stuff about women, like that they're your property.
That's not what I said. I was talking about an OnlyFans company when that question was asked. But I said that if a woman is going out with a man, she belongs to that man. That's his woman. So if she wants to do OnlyFans, she owes him some money because she's his. Yes, that's what I said.
That's crazy.
So you think that a man going out with a girl, that's just your property?
Oh, nah. That's wild. I wouldn't even know how to respond. Like, if I was dating a girl that had an OnlyFans and she's like, here's $500, I'm like, did you like break something? I'm like, you sold one of my shoes, right? I'm like, we could have talked about it, but it's like, I appreciate that. Then she's all like, no. She was just all like, we're in a relationship. It's like, and it's like we're together. She's all like, if she were to say some wild things like, you own me, so we're in a relationship, so I got to give you the money I make through OnlyFans, or at least give you some of it. I would have looked at her and been like, I don't know who told you this, but that's like, that's your money. You keep that. I don't know. I've been confused. I went to sleep that night. I probably wouldn't even have went to sleep. I had just been laying there like, I'm confused. I'm like, what just happened? I'm like, is this the Twilight Zone? Like, I'm like, no, I gotta like check the time, like the times and the clocks and stuff. I'm like, something ain't right. I'm like, nah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I'm like, that type of stuff would leave me paranoid. And I'm like, nah, she's gonna do something. I'm like, I don't know what it is, but she's gonna do something. That's crazy. That is some crazy stuff. I'm gonna just let you know this right now. To any woman out there with an OnlyFans, you do not owe your man nothing. I'm like, that is your money. That is your OnlyFans money. You're good. All right.
There could be an equal relationship.
That one was nuts.
I'm sure this goes without saying, but the actual lunacy of that statement, I cannot.
It's his girl.
But what does that have to do with anything?
Because she's his.
Yeah, so that's what.
So that is you saying that women are your property.
It's not about being property. It's about the fact that she belongs to him, and the intimate parts of her body belong to him because they're in a relationship. And if she wants to sell those, he has a stake in those parts of her body.
So
wow.
it's reverse. Male porn star owes the woman.
I don't know, because I think the women belong to the man. I think the woman's
that's inherently where you get called sex.
Tate says to read the Bible or the Quran or any book, and the woman is always handed over to the man. Dave and Bree try to explain that this is incredibly sexist because he doesn't believe that rule.
Because like, then he's all like, oh no, if it's me, it's like, no. He's like, I don't owe her anything. I'm like, she owes me, and it's like that don't make sense, bruh. That don't make sense. Like, let's just say, because I know I would never do it, but let's just say I were to get an OnlyFans, right, and I were to start like, just doing the OnlyFans stuff. But anyways, I do it and I make all this money, and the girls are like, no, I own you, so you owe me. I've been like, I don't think it works like that. I'm like, nah, it's like you wasn't even a camera person. I'm like, so how you gonna have ownership in something? I'm like, I set up the cameras. I bought those camera stands. I did all that hard work. I'm like, no, that is crazy. He is wild. Like, I didn't realize how bad he was. I just thought he might say like a couple of things, but no, this dude is wild.
The other way. If the man is doing OnlyFans, he does not owe the female a cut, and his logic on that is that he does not belong to her, but she does belong to him.
Wow.
So, like, imagine having a conversation with this man and him just like not understanding. Friendly reminder that just because someone uses words with a high syllable count and enunciates like a cokehead does not mean that they're intelligent or impressive. Please be cautious when listening to this man because he's made a living off of being convincing and intimidating.
I believe that women are beautiful creatures. I just don't think that they're as emotionally calm as men in stressful situations. I don't think they can fight like a man can. And for the same reason, I would never drop my children in an all-male nursery. I think that's strange and weird. I would only drop them in an all-female nursery.
But somehow you'd be okay with leaving your children to such irrational emotional beings. He spews out some information.
I know, right? Because I'm like, if his wife is like, oh my god, like the brakes don't work and things. I'm just like, what do I? This man will probably be running. He's just like be running on the side of the car. He's like, no, get out of the car. I gotta handle this and things. He's like, you're a woman, and he's like, you're too stressed out right now. So let me crash the car. And it's like, fam, this guy, man, wow.
To cite these supposed facts and states that men are smarter than women, and it's proven because they're either incredibly intelligent or incredibly stupid, while women tend to fall in the middle.
Women cannot compete with men at chess. I'm not calling all women stupid. I'm not saying that there aren't some good female chess players. I'm not saying I could be every woman. No, there are great female chess players, but on average, the best chess players in the world are men.
Dave basically tells Andrew that the reason he's not come across intelligent women is because they avoid him, and I think that might be one of the smartest conclusions Dave.
I'm like, my thing is this: a woman is smart enough to know like she is not going to be happy with a guy like Andrew Tate. Like, and I feel like if any other woman, and it's like, I guess sorry for saying this, but I feel like if any woman were to date Andrew Tate, it's only for the money. It's like it is only for the money and her, just wanting to not so much as like feel safe, but it's like she just doesn't want to be in a struggling situation with no guy. And that's what I'm like, and because it's like when you look at like most situations where you got guys like this and then they have like a woman by their side, I'm like, she's not sitting down and telling him it's like you can't carry on the way that you carry on because she knows what that's gonna start and things. So yeah, I honestly think, and I feel like I might be in the wrong for saying that, but I honestly think it's a woman that's like she hasn't met like a good guy for her just yet. And so like, no, she settles with an Andrew Tate, and it's like, fam, I am single and I am opposite of Andrew Tate. Like, no, that is crazy. If he is in a relationship, married, whatever, and I'm like, like I said, it has to be with a woman that's like, she hasn't met a good guy. And it's like, and no, there's women out there where it's all like, oh, I don't like good guys. I don't like nice guys. They're too nice. They're this, they're that. And yeah, then they settle with people like Andrew Tate, or I don't know, maybe somebody in the middle of things where they're like half of Andrew Tate and half of a nice guy. And I'm like, no, it's just, I think everybody in this world deserves somebody like good to them and stuff. So, but yeah, this is, wow. Man's wild.
Come to, in my honest opinion. It might be funny to sort of laugh and shrug off the incredible misogynistic things that Andrew says and just chalk it up to red pill behavior, but in all reality, what Andrew says, he really means, and on a much darker level than just buy my course, get rich, and fuck bitches.
I am extremely versed in CPR. I do know how to administer CPR. However, I will not.
I wouldn't want him giving me CPR. No, I feel like he would breathe life into me, and I would not be the same person that I was back then. I would wake up and just be all like, why do I feel like this? Why do I feel like I need to look a woman in the face and cuss her out? Like, what happened? I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, no, I don't like. No, it's like I just know. I'm all like, if my thing is this, if I'm in a restaurant. Right? If I'm in a restaurant and I just, I'm eating, because you know me, I'm going to be a picky eater. I'm eating fries, but one of those fries got lodged in my throat somehow, right? I'm coughing, I'm going crazy. Everybody's like, oh my God, he's choking. He stands up and he's like, I know CPR. I'm like, I will look at whoever I am with and just be all like, knock me out. I'm like, just take a chair, hit me across the head, and I'm like, I will see you in the crossroads. But I'm like, no, please don't. And I'm like, don't let that man, because it's like, then I feel like I'm gonna have to be obligated to like defending this man. He saved my life, so it's like, that's just, no. I'm like, I can't. I'd rather, I'm just like, just go ahead, just like, I'll walk myself to the hospital and get CPR there. But I'm like, no, I can't let you do that to me, sir. Nope, can't do it.
Administer CPR unless you're a hot female.
His mentality is one that can hold back society from progressing away from these standardized norms that people have been trying so hard to get away from. To blanket statement and categorize women, or anyone for that matter, just as a whole with seldom a deviation from that ideology is dangerous, disgusting, and disappointing. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for today's video. Good job getting through that absolute disgrace, but I swear I've got a good eye bleach for you. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any
like cute puppies or something?
And here is Dave Portnoy trying to talk about the D'Amelios.
Yeah, Charlie DeMeo and Landon Barker updates. Charlie DeMelo and the DeMelo. Charlie DeMelo and the DeMelos are officially together but haven't been very public. That seems like Landon Post deleted a picture.
Oh my, no, it's always funny hearing people like when they get caught up on some stuff, but man, that guy is wild. Andrew Tate is a character. I'm just, wow, I'm blown away that people carry on like that. Like, and they just, dang. I'm sorry to anybody out there that has fell victim of people like that, but like I said, so, you just gotta just have a positive and outgoing life. So people like that, it wouldn't even, matter, like, hearing what they have to say. But anyways, and that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Ray's channel, Hot Tea, her personal channel, Ray Rahimi, her business channel, Build Your Pocket. Like, subscribe to me too, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.